Good morning. Our lesson is about advice and prohibition. To give some advice in the present, we use in the positive form you should. And there are some alternatives using the preposition to and other alternatives without using to. You should equals I advise you to, it is a good idea to, it is necessary to, it's advisable to, it's better to, you ought to. And it equals you had better infinitive. If I were you, I would plus infinitive. Let's make it easier with some examples. It is necessary to brush your teeth daily. It is advisable to economize on water. It's a good idea to revise well before the exams. It's better to do your best at work. You ought to sleep early. These examples we used to. In the following, without to. You should make full use of your time. If I were you, I would watch less TV. You had better do your homework regularly. In the negative form, we use you shouldn't. The same. Some alternatives to shouldn't using to and some other alternatives without to. The same. You shouldn't equals I advise you not to. It is not a good idea to. It is not necessary to. It is inadvisable to. It's better not to. You ought not to. You had better not plus infinitive. If I were you, I wouldn't plus infinitive. It is not necessary to take all that luggage. It is inadvisable to eat a lot of sweets. It is not a good idea to stay up at night. It isn't better to accumulate your study. You ought not to ride a motorbike without a helmet. You shouldn't miss that important meeting. If I were you, I wouldn't drive carelessly. You had better not spend more than you earn. Take care with these verbs. Recommend, insist, and suggest. You have to be careful with them because they can be followed by a complete sentence, but if they are followed by a subject, we use the bare infinitive. Bare infinitive in the positive and in the negative. For example, I recommend that Ola should visit a doctor. I recommend Ola visit a doctor. Ola. She. You should say visit. No. This is bare infinitive. I suggest that we should sleep early. I suggest that we not sleep late. This is for the negative, not plus bare infinitive. I insist that mom should take more care. I insist that mom take more care. To give advice in the past, we use should have plus the third form of the verb or shouldn't have plus the third form of the verb. For example, you got a very low mark. You should have studied well. Mary is angry with me. I should have remembered her birthday. We use shouldn't have plus pp for the negative. I won't be able to hand in my project on time. I shouldn't have wasted my time. She's badly injured because of the accident. She shouldn't have driven so fast. Now, with the prohibition. For the prohibition, we use must for the positive. For example, you must keep silent in the library. We use the following for the negative. All of them are correct. Mustn't, not allowed, forbidden, banned, prohibited, don't, never, it's lawful, it's unlawful, or against the law, it's dangerous to, or no. When we begin the sentence with it's, we can use all of these words followed by to plus infinitive. I can say it's not allowed, it's forbidden, it's banned, it's unlawful, it's prohibited, it's against the law, or it's dangerous to exceed the speed limit. But when we begin this sentence with the subject, there are some changes. For these words mustn't, allowed, forbidden, they are followed by infinitive or to plus infinitive. For banned and prohibited, they are followed by from plus verb plus ing. I can say you mustn't smoke in hospitals. You are not allowed to smoke in hospitals. You are forbidden to smoke in hospitals. But when I begin the sentence with the subject, I can say you are banned from smoking in hospitals. You are prohibited from smoking in hospitals. Let me repeat it again. When I began the sentence with banned and prohibited, I used them, then I used the to plus infinitive. But when I began the sentence with the subject, they are followed by from plus verb plus ing. We can use don't or never plus infinitive. Don't walk on the grass. Never walk on the grass. I can use no, but it is followed by verb plus ing. No parking here. No smoking here. Keep in mind, when you succeed, you earn something. When you fail, you learn something. You need both. Thank you.